Data science is powerful, but for many professionals, it can seem like something from a completely different world, something arcane, highly technical, something only a select few can understand. But it doesn't need to be that way. Yes, brilliant people are pursuing advanced degrees in data science, machine learning, and AI, and we need them. But that doesn't mean data science is only for them. Technology has a remarkable habit of taking what was once extraordinarily difficult and making it commonplace. Consider computing. During World War II, some of the most advanced scientific calculations required room-sized machines. Today, you carry a computer in your pocket, and it's vastly more powerful than anything those scientists in World War II could have imagined. And what do we do with that technology we have right now? Well, mostly social media, emails, videos, games. Nothing wrong with that. It's just that we carry extraordinary computing power around with us every day and barely scratch the surface of what it can do. Same thing is happening with data science, statistical analysis, simulation, optimization, machine learning, data visualization. Tools that once required specialized people, expensive equipment, and enormous resources are increasingly available to anyone willing to learn how to use them. The technology has been democratized. I know, because the software I learned more than 25 years ago, well, they have been overtaken by more powerful ones that are free and accessible to all. And here's my personal story. The early 2000s, when I started teaching in graduate school of a local university, we were already teaching core ideas in analytical tools such as regressions, principal components analysis, time series modeling, etc., as applied in finance. At that time, we had to use the university labs so that we can access expensive software to learn the materials. The term data science as we know it now was not yet in currency then, but anybody learning data science now would have recognized it back then as such, even if it was not called that yet. So it turns out we were already integrating statistical and mathematical analysis with computer technology and applying it to finance and investments as a domain expertise. And then later I found out that the quantitative analysis and computer and software part could easily be ported to a lot of other fields. So, surprise! We had in fact developed core competencies and skills that could be applied to a wider range of other fields, and to me personally, that included economic research, risk management, and banking, for example. In fact, I've even helped psych and education graduates get their advanced degrees via helping them with their theses or even their PhD dissertations, even though I'm not a psych or education graduate myself. That's the power of the analytical skills available, especially nowadays with free modern software and AI used as a learning tool. What's the point of all of this? Well, simple. Now is the time to democratize the applied part and take advantage of this raw computing power alongside modern software and advances in AI that all lie within your fingertips. For example, did you know that your Apple silicon-powered iPad, the M4s and the M5s, you can do data science, AI stuff, and quantitative analysis quite cheaply and efficiently compared to what we used more than a quarter of a century ago. Yeah, that long, but wow. So to me, that's what the Quant Professor channel is all about. I like to cheekily call it data science for the masses. By that, I mean that the tools and techniques of data science should be made accessible to ordinary professionals and knowledge workers, people who already have something very valuable, their domain expertise in whatever field they're working in, plus powerful machines in their pockets and on their desks. This is practical data science for non-technical people who will find it useful for their work and business. So how does it work? Well, I see practical data science as three things coming together: domain expertise, quantitative analysis, computers, and software. And the important thing is that these aren't three separate subjects. They work together as one seamless package around you. 1. Your domain expertise. Start with what you know already, your profession, your industry, your experience. Maybe you're a cost accountant, maybe a psychologist, a manager, an economist, an engineer, an analyst. You already understand the problems you're trying to solve. You know which numbers matter. You know what makes sense and what doesn't. That domain expertise is your foundation. Then comes quantitative analysis, statistics, probability, applied mathematics, regression, optimization, forecasting, machine learning. This gives you the methods to turn your questions into something you can measure, analyze, and test. But quantitative analysis by itself can still be very demanding, and I know. And this is where the third point changes everything. Today we have something previous generations of analysts could only dream about: cheap, accessible computing power and software that puts sophisticated analytical tools within reach. Yes, there are statistical packages, visualization tools, Excel spreadsheets like before, but nowadays you have free but powerful software at your disposal. Python, LibreOffice Calc with Python, Excel with Python, plus free AI tools to help you learn, etc. These tools democratize quantitative analysis. They allow a professional who understands a problem to actually apply sophisticated analytical methods without having to perform every calculation mechanically. You don't need to become a formal statistician or mathematician to calculate a regression. You don't need to be a programming wizard to analyze thousands of data you're given. You don't need a supercomputer to run your ordinary work datasets. It is the software that does the heavy lifting. And that's where quantitative analysis and computing come together. The math and stat provide the methods. The software makes those methods practical and accessible. It's the computing which democratizes the analytics. And then you bring that analytical power back to your domain expertise. Because a regression model or a Python script or an AI algorithm doesn't understand your business. You do. That's why the professional remains at the center. Your expertise tells you what problem is worth solving. Quantitative analysis gives you the methods to analyze it. Computing gives you the power to actually do it. And together, that's practical data science. So, rather than thinking of data science as this huge, overwhelming collection of technical subjects that you need to learn, think of it as a toolkit built around you. Pick and choose what you need for now and grow accordingly. You bring the domain expertise. You learn the analytical methods that are useful to you. And you use modern computing tools to put those methods to work. You don't have to learn everything all at once. You just need to learn what you need to solve the problems you actually face. At least that's how you start out. And that's what the Quant Professor channel is all about. I explore quant analysis, applied math, statistics, finance, economics, etc. and link them with data science. Data science should not be an exclusive club. You don't have to become a full-time professional data scientist, but you can bring data science into your field of expertise. So start with that, your applied expertise. Add quantitative analysis, use computing to democratize it, and put the whole package to work for you. In essence, that's what the Quant Professor channel is all about. It's data science for the masses. So if you want to learn how to apply quant analysis and data science to your field, then kindly like and subscribe. There's plenty more videos coming. And if you want to go deeper, join me on Ko-fi as a core member for spreadsheet templates, datasets and solutions, Python code, Excel add-ins, and other tools to help you put data science into your own practice. There's a minimal monthly fee for membership that helps support the channel. But hey, if membership's not your thing, then you can simply make one-time donations to help support the channel. So looking forward to your support and making this journey with you. Thanks for watching!